it's almost like you're concerned that the world will give you too much for you to bite off in one chew. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot, and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're not, press the button while you're here. Now, this is a general reading for whatever sign is in the title. It's a bulk introduction, as I always do for my new moon readings, so that you can fast forward past my waffle on the second and third ones that you watch, because I advise that you watch, obviously, your sun sign, but your rising sign and your moon sign. If you don't know what those are, there is a link in the description down below to get yourself a free birth chart. There's also a link to the Facebook page for this channel, where you can contact me directly if you're interested in a personal reading. So this is the new moon in Taurus for April. It's a special and a magical new moon, but let's just do the basic business first. It's a general reading, so general reading rules apply. If another person appears in this reading, roles can get reversed. I can be talking about you and mean them, or be talking about them and mean you, although my readings are normally quite personal, so that doesn't very often come into play. This reading either is for you or it isn't. I'm using a Celtic cross, so there is a past and a present in the spread. If the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make it fit. If this reading's obviously not for you, have a look at your rising sign, have a look at your moon sign, have a look at some of the other wonderful new moon readers that are out there. And I would suggest that you ask a question prior to the reading. You don't have to, it's a general new moon reading, and I'll get into the new moon in a second. But if you want, ask a question prior to the reading. Take a moment to think about all of the questions that are around you. Focus on one of them, because that puts energy into the reading, which hopefully I will then give back to you in the form of the reading. That's how it's supposed to work anyway. Now, timing is not absolute, especially not with this one. Now, this could be a longer term reading. This is a very special new moon. It is new moon in Taurus, so it's very earthy, it's very practical. It's also very magical because it is conjunct Uranus. Uranus, the planet of the unexpected and the crazy. Now, intentions with it being conjunct Uranus, it implies a far larger cycle than just the general 6-month cycle from new moon to full moon in the same sign, or the 1 month cycle from new moon to new moon. And as we build up towards that new moon, you may find that you are coming up with new beliefs. Now, this is a time to make an intention based on those new beliefs. Now, that intention will not necessarily mature in the short term at all. But in the longer term, that intention is something that can direct events for years. However, it is a wonderful, magical new moon, but it's not going to feel that way. The sun is square Saturn, which means everything feels squeezed, trapped, there's stress and there's worry, everything feels unstable. And the fact that Uranus is there does help give that feeling of instability. But by this point, you should be isolating some new beliefs that you have acquired along the journey here. And it's time now to, not even to act on them, to intend about them. To say, not I'm going to do this tomorrow, but because I now believe this, I'm going to do this. Within the next month, within the next year, this is the general direction my life is going, whatever. It's a longer term intention with this moon. So I think I've covered up all the business there. So, as I say, there'll be a timestamp down below. Let me bring up the cards. Right, Cancer, it really does look like you are setting forward your future right now. And there is there's definitely a spiritual aspect to it. The situation we have here is the Faith card, i.e. the Hierophant, clarified by the Hierophant, where you have a new dream that is really blossoming within you. You have a new, there's information that has come to you that has really caused you to feel totally warm inside, and everything that you get from the sun, the happy, happy, joy, joy card. But you're worried that this new path forward that you are seeing, that you feel called to, that you feel is the right thing for you to do. It may have its own rules and no, I want to say rules, not regulations, rules, codes of conduct. But it's almost like you're concerned that the world will give you too much for you to bite off in one chew. We have the Wheel of Fortune opposing you with the Nine of Wands. Maybe there's something that you're holding on to that needs to be released. But I also feel that there must be some resistance to this new spiritual path that you are seeing for yourself, this new path forward seeing for yourself, else I wouldn't have bothered putting it in the reading. Especially not when we have surrender to the divine with the full moon card. We have action as in it's time to take action here. We have embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart, and the Mirai, i.e. the fates controlling the future, being the force that is uplifting you. You are being pushed, you are being shoveled to the place where you can truly exhibit your power and your identity with balance. But there is a lot of change going on around you at the moment, and I feel that is change within your peers. And this is why right now you may be feeling a little bit blocked by current events. But you've been here before. You've been here before when you've been trying to sort something out, and it maybe didn't quite turn into the way that you had wanted it to. You became a little defensive about it, is what the this Seven of Wands is also saying. But here in the Thoth deck, it's representing valor as well. It was like, okay, I'm going to come back to this. Well, now is your time for coming back to it, because you have the tools, and I feel that there is so much change happening within your peers that you are going to appear as a leading light among them, even though you seem a little new to this environment. But you have a chance to restore any lost honour or dignity from last time that it happened, and to sweep in and save the day, almost. I think that sounds a bit overly dramatic than what it is, but that's the sort of vibe that I'm getting. But we have here the Angel of Mercy. Divine mercy gives me the grace to be tender and accepting. And bear in mind, we have the Spirit bringing in temperance as well as the Chariot. So that bringing in that forward motion, but also bringing in balance, bringing in grace, bringing in empathy with Chesed here, the right hand of the Tree of Life. So yes, you can see these hard and fast rules of what you're wanting to abide by and live by, and they've got really, really good motivations. Just keep checking that they're still relevant, because the motivations are relevant, but is the execution of those rules still as relevant when mercy is being called for, empathy is being called for? And these are the two forces that will get movement, forward movement for you. It is a time for you to manifest. It's a time for you to be fair. And fairness will be given to you by the fairness that you give out. But you're feeling great at the moment, but other people don't believe, right? Other people don't believe that you'll stick with it or that you've got the sticking power. They're seeing that, they're coming in, they're going to be the leading light for 5 minutes, and then they're going to disappear off again. And that's going to be a block to you. And I know you're worried that there's so many options about how you can take this forward. There is a potential of a hell of a burden to take on board, but this is something that you can do in even measure. This is something that you can make a commitment to, and something that you will find others will be committed to you during this as well. Just beware of gifts, beware of secrets, the god forces that are oppressing you. Perseus with gifts and Creusa with secrets. So if you've got any secrets, just be aware that they may come back and bite you on the backside. But other people have secrets as well. And that is why empathy is called for. That is why we have the Justice card on the base of the deck. We have Spirit bringing in temperance, with the message of surrender to the divine. This is you doing the thing that you are supposed to be doing. This new dream or reawakening of a dream is the right path for you to go forward on. But it's a harvest that has to be tended carefully or it will go to ruin. And you tend it carefully with mercy, with empathy. Because there is great change for you and for your peers. But if you want to remain that leading light amongst your peers, then you have to be nice to your peers. Basically, that's what I'm thinking this is telling me. I mean, we have victory coming to you, but again, clarified by justice. So once again, there's that whole element of do what is right and is fair, not just what is right, or do what is fair and right for everybody, for the whole situation. Don't be scoring points, I think is, because of past events. Don't be scoring points because it was such slow progress in the past that you were fighting an uphill battle. But that uphill battle was teaching you the skills for now. But be nice to your peers this time, even if they have let you down in the past, or especially if they have let you down in the past. Don't prove them guilty, prove them wrong. And I think that's everything that I'm seeing in these cards. So if this means anything to you, Cancer, comment down below. If you press the like button, it boosts the video a little bit. And if you press the subscribe button, it really helps the channel. Please press the subscribe button. But in the meantime, your next reading will be one of the retrograde readings, I imagine. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't planned that far ahead. I've got a whole list of readings that I'm wanting to look at. It's time willing. And time willing for you as well, because you have to act. You have to act soon. You have to act now. You feel the confidence within you. Just like I say, be merciful. All right? Cheers.